Now is retired two-star Marine Corps General and the Punaro Group CEO, General Arnold Punaro. General, thanks very much for joining me this morning. Your thoughts on where we stand here. Is there a red line that Putin is crossing to launch NATO countries into this?
Well, Maria, always a privilege to be with you. And I totally agree with those that say Putin is a war criminal. This individual is reckless, he's ruthless, he's unstable, and he's frankly deranged. As a Marine, I had a tour teaching the law of war, but we called it the law of armed conflict to Marines in combat, Marines going to combat. In combat myself, we understood what the rules and the red lines were, and Putin has crossed them. There's not just credible evidence. We can see it with our own eyes every day. You don't target hospitals. You don't target kindergartens. You don't target schools. You don't shoot people dead, women and children, as they are evacuating. And the Russians at all levels are violating the law of war every day. We should set up a Nuremberg war tribunal immediately, convict Putin and all his top lieutenants, get the names of everybody in the chain of command on the ground in Ukraine, convict them of war crimes. It won't deter Putin, but it will put a real pause into those soldiers on the ground because they'll know they'll be hounded for the rest of their life. I think they've crossed the red line. It's not a red line. They've crossed it. This is it. Putin is trying to reduce the entire country of Ukraine to rubble.
Yeah, it's absolutely extraordinary, and the attacks have resumed this morning. But look at what's going on with the price of oil, General. Vladimir Putin is making $1 billion a day just on $100 a barrel oil. We touched $130 a barrel overnight on the price of crude, almost $140 on the price of Brent. When will it stop if he's continuing to make all of this money to enable this war to continue? This is what's funding the war.
Maria, I agree with those, including Ambassador Nikki Haley on your program. We should stop the import of Russian oil immediately. The United States can be energy independent, but we should not just be energy independent. We should be dominant. We should be a great energy exporter. We have the ability to do that. I will also say, though, Maria, all of us in the West are going to have to tighten our belts for some economic challenges because our democratic freedoms are at risk. Putin is not going to stop in Ukraine. Moldova and Finland, get ready. Xi has said unequivocally he's going to take Taiwan. We should put out the word over our collective dead bodies. The West, freedoms in the West are at risk. We're going to have to take some economic hardships at home. We should come up with ways to help those that are most hard-pressed to basically deal with that. But our freedoms are at risk. This is a war.
You make a great point because already we're seeing expectations of economic slowdown as a result of this. Some people also predicting recession. On the oil comment, can you imagine that the Biden administration sent U.S. officials to Venezuela to discuss U.S. oil exports amid the proposal to ban Russian? No comment whatsoever about firing up the energy potential here in this country. Instead, they send officials to Venezuela. But you just mentioned China, and Xi Jinping is watching all of this closely. Former ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, joined me yesterday to once again reiterate the threat that China is. Here's what she said. Watch this.
I mean, this is really being as naive as it gets. Here you've got China. They've built up their military. They've modernized their military. They have the largest naval fleet, more air defense systems than we do. They steal intellectual property, and we're not doing anything to hold them accountable. Sanctions were put on place under Trump, but they're not following through with it. They're abusing 1 million Muslim Uyghurs. They have turned around and said that any company that does business in China has to cooperate with the Chinese military. Think about our tech companies. Think about all of our health data, all of our financial data, all of our lifestyle data, and know that the Chinese military has it. They have said whoever owns the data rules the world, and they are moving in that direction. And so this is, you have to understand your enemy, and that's the part Biden's not paying attention to.
And, General, you know we've been paying attention to this CCP threat now for several years. You as well have said in the long term it is the CCP that is much more dangerous than China. What should the administration be doing now to get ahead of potential problems down the road?
Maria, Ambassador Haley has summed up the order of battle correctly. And I think, unlike Putin, who's deranged and unstable, Xi is a realist, and we could deter him from taking further action in Taiwan by putting offensive capability in Taiwan. We need to increase the range of their missiles to 450 miles so they can threaten the financial centers in Shanghai and other places, beef up their cyber ability to gum up China's works if they decide to move against Taiwan. We should tell China that we're going to clear up the ambiguities in the Taiwan Relations Act. We're going to make sure that if you set one Chinese boot on Taiwanese sand, forget about us repaying the $1 trillion we owe you. You're going to lose $1 trillion. But I think you can deter China. It's not clear to me there's any way to deter Putin against further expansion, but I think we could do a lot of things now. One of the things that Congress needs to do is immediately pass the defense funding bill. The DOD has lost close to $40 billion in purchasing power because our Congress has been sitting on their duffs since 1 October and not passing the funding bill. Now, it's supposed to pass in the next couple of weeks. They need to get off the dime. But we could start really beefing up the offensive capability and the deterrence in Taiwan right now.
General, it's great to get your insights on all of that. Thanks very much. And we will pick it up where you left off. General Arnold Punaro, good to see you.